Even the politician was not willing to die with you. Breathe with you in the process.
We have joined forces here today and every other Saturday here in Shelburne in front of my municipal building for 2 years now. Everybody's not here because of my great looks and shining personality. They are here for their own reasons. We have all been victim to this tyrannic government, and we are making our stand. So we are doing our part. Hopefully more people will come to this realization before it's too late for them, before they're living in their car, before they're on their 11th injection. Hopefully more people wake up. Hopefully we're helping wake some of those people up by seeing our numbers. They know they're not alone in this feeling of doubt they have. I'm going to keep it short because you guys have heard me speak so many times I can't even stand listening to myself speak anymore. But I do want to show you is this amazing gift I got today.
Simply because of exercising their rights. Indeed, it is incumbent on us to recognize that the greatest threat to freedom comes not from external forces, but from the very institutions that are here to protect and serve.
Everyone knows that you must go. They locked our seniors in their rooms in isolation for longer than we are allowed to lock some convicts. They denied them visitors while working short staff so they could die alone. They took our seniors life and liberty so they could die alone. This is how we protected our seniors. We can never allow this to happen again.
No communism. Not going anywhere.
1, 2, freedom! 1, 2, freedom! 1, 2, freedom! 1, 2,
Hey, beautiful.
1, 2, freedom!
He replied, "Come down and speak to us. We don't bite." They went on to say that the significance of the day was not lost on the people who came that day. On January 23rd, federal court Justice Richard Mosley's decision that the implementation of the Emergency Measures Act was unreasonable and breached Canadian Charter rights. Deploying the cops just beyond the powers of the law. The reason for the event was to bring people together. Many people suffered throughout that last few years, and those who were at Ottawa during the initial convoy need to be with people who can relate to their experiences. Only those who were there can relate to the experiences felt. Being with those is a form of therapy. No explanations required. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and those eyes have been scarred. Healing can only come through those who have lived through this. I believe this is why people still get together. Comrades in arms, similar to war veterans. Only those who were in the trenches can really, truly relate. Now that I have that out of the way, I can speak about other things. Derek, who was the initial person responsible for putting this together, and bringing it to life, went on to explain the problems encovering our country. Our government has taken an ideological path forward and the needs of the people to the detriment of Canada. Trudeau and Freeland, at the very least, should be tried for treason. Selling out our country to foreign entities such as WEF and WHO are treasonable acts and should be treated as such. What we have here is a government that buys off all who want money and bribes the rest by putting them in compromising positions. We can all see that the Liberal government is not here for you and is more concerned about covering up the mandate of covering up the misdeeds of their fellow co-conspirators than solving the myriad of troubles in crippling the country. Derek going on to tell reporters that this country's leaders were owed the people of Canada apology. An apology for the overreach of the government regarding the implementation of the EMA. Apology is a first step in admitting wrongdoing. We all know that this government will not apologize, but we want the people to know that we all know. Trudeau and his cabinet don't care about Canada. Chris Stacey was then asked if he had a message for the citizens of Ottawa. He replied if the citizens of Ottawa had questions, they should come down and talk to us. We don't bite, he reiterated. This will be remembered as an innocuous answer to a somewhat rhetorical question. I say rhetorical because they aren't interested in your answer. They just want to sound concerned, and this adds nothing to value to the conversation. Chris responded as I would have, bemused and straightforward. Now to finish off by thanking Derek Noonan, Chris Stacey, and Lynn Brooks for their service to this country. We need more people like them speaking out. Which brings me to my final point. Earlier I mentioned that your government is selling out the resources of this country to foreign citizens. I look around this country and I see what foreign nations see a vast country barely touched full of resources. One resource that cannot be bought is the people. The only way that we lose this country is if we allow ourselves to be sold as a commodity. I am not a commodity. I cannot be sold. I cannot be bought or sold, and neither can you unless you let them, and I won't let them. They will have to shoot me first and kill me to get me. To you people sitting in the couch watching this may sound radical, and it is. Maybe I know more than you about the state of this country. We are truly doomed, and so are our children and future generations if we don't collectively stand up, and now is the time to do it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that your rights are slowly being whipped away day by day. Taxed to death to pay for a bureaucracy that can't or won't function. Are things getting better? No. Corruption everywhere, and there is no accountability anywhere. As citizens of this country, it is your duty to preserve the future for future generations. That is why I'm here, and barring, I will continue to fight this war. We are on the beaches of Normandy, and it is within our own country. You may sit there on your couch and call me an alarmist, but all you need to do is come down and come off the couch and open your eyes. We don't fight, and the time is now. The freedom fighters have been out every weekend across this nation for the last 2 years waiting for your arrival. We need your help. We cannot do it alone. Next weekend, when you and your local freedom fighters out there at the bridge waving flags, stop your car, take a few minutes, talk to them, and ask them why they're still there. They will tell you. This may just save you and your family from grief in the future. Thank you so much for being here. Shelburne rocks.
Thank you, Frank, for everything you do. You're an inspiration to all of us. You really are. Between you and Jeff Curry, you're probably the two most positive guys at Desirax. Three most positive guys in this movement. And, that's what it is.